Hello my friends, welcome to this YouTube channel. Today my topic is rate of reaction and this is IGCSE grade 8. So first of all, let us talk about the rate of reaction. So rate of reaction you can define in this way कि rate at which products are formed or rate at which reactants are used up in a reactions. So either you can say the on what rate the products are forming or on what rate reactants are used up in the reaction. So I will say here that chemical reactions, or we can say that reactions will occur only whenever reacting particles collide with each other with sufficient energy. This sufficient energy we call it as a activation energy. So this is nothing but the minimum amount of energy that reactant particles needed to become the product. So on what basis you can measure the rate of reactions? Either you can measure the product that is formed or the reactants that is left over. So in this way you can find out the rate of reaction with respect to time. So for example, suppose that you want to measure the amount of gas that is produced in the reaction. So you can measure with the help of gas syringe. You can check it here. With the help of this apparatus, gas syringe we can find out the amount of gas that is produced. So or the using the weighing balance we can check the mass that is produced in the product side or the reactants that is left over. That also we can check with the help of weighing balance. So these all way to find out the rate of reactions. And for time we can use stopwatch to note down the time duration. And this graph we have, so with the help of this graph also we can find out the rate of reactions by plotting a tangent at that particular ways. I can say that at particular instant we can plot the graph, and with the help of that we can also predict the rate of reaction. Yeah, so there are now next topic we have what are the different factors that affect the rate of reactions. So let us see one by one the factors which affect the rate of reaction. So first one we have a temperature, pressure in case of gases. Next we have a concentration. Moving to next, surface area, and the last one we have a catalyst. So these are the total 5 factors that are either increasing the rate of reaction or they are decreasing the rate of reactions. So let us discuss one by one. Yeah, so we'll start with the kinetic theory, and kinetic theory will help us to say about how these factors affecting the rate of reaction. So kinetic theory is all about the random movement of particles. You can check it here. Random movement is happening. So kinetic theory assumes that all particles are in constant random motion and there will be collision. You can check it here. Whenever there is a collision is happening, so that reactants only form the product. They should have a sufficient energy as well. So suppose the particles which are not colliding, so they will not form the product. So collision is important. So let us now discuss one by one the factors that affecting the rate of reactions. So yeah. So first one we have a temperature of the reactants. So this is the low temperature. The particles are at low temperature. So in this case, particles having a little energy, they are moving slowly, they are colliding infrequently and less successfully. And now in the next case, suppose we are heating it, we are providing heat and we are increasing its temperature, so that time particles are moving faster, they gained energy, and they are colliding frequently and more successfully. So what will happen due to this? So because of the raising, I can say that increasing the temperature, particles move faster, collide frequently, collisions are successful, and so it will increase the rate of reaction. Now next factor, we have a concentration, that is amount of the reactant. So for example, this is the low concentration, low amount. So in this case there is only 2 particle, and in the another picture we have a high concentration, more amount of particles are there. So here particles are crowded, and so they will collide more often and with successful collision, and that will form the more amount of product. So conclusion is here, increasing the concentration. So particles are more crowded together and collide frequently, so it will increase the rate of reaction. Now third factor, we have a pressure. So pressure in case of gases. So for example, this is particles are at low pressure, so they are far away from each other, they are not colliding, or we are not getting a successful collision. Now in the next one, we have a particles but at higher pressure. So from the top we are putting pressure, so in this case they will collide more frequently with more successful collision. So conclusion is here, when we are increasing the pressure in gases, so that time I can say that there will be a more successful collision and rate of reaction will increase. Now fourth factor, that is surface area of solid reactants. So let us see this one. So we have a small surface area. So large particle have a small surface area. If the particles are large, particles are very large, so it having a small surface area. And in the another case, if suppose particles having very small size of the particle is very small, in that case surface area of the particle will be more. So in the first one we have a small surface area because particle size is large, and in the another case particles are small in size. So small in size means that they have a larger surface area, and if they are larger surface area, they are in more contact with another particle, and that will form the product. So it will lead to more successful collision, and it will increase the rate of reaction. So moving to next one, we have a catalyst. How catalysts affect the rate of reaction? So let us first define the definition of catalyst. So it is a substance which increases the rate of reaction without being used up in itself. So it can be used again and again. So we have a particles. So what is the role of the catalyst? Is catalyst lowers the activation energy, the energy required to start the reaction. So it lower that amount of energy, so that's why it increases the rate of reaction. So let us again discuss about the activation energy. Small amount of energy needed to start the reaction. So for example, reactant forming product needs some amount of activation energy. So that energy is called as activation energy. Now when we use a catalyst, the red one is saying that without catalyst, and the so red one, you can check it here, that is the activation energy. Now you can check next one, we have a blue one. So when you use a catalyst, that time activation energy gets decreased. So here we can say that catalyst reduces the activation energy. So this makes the reaction go faster. So we have a few experiments that explains about these factors. For example, surface area. So we have a boiling tube, and you can check it here in the test tube. We have that boiling tube, we have a magnesium ribbon and hydrochloric acid. So time taken for magnesium to disappear is 109 seconds, let us see another one. We have a small pieces of magnesium ribbon. So in that case, time taken for magnesium to disappear is just 55 seconds. In the first one it was 109 seconds, but in the second case it is 55 seconds. So as we decrease the size means that we are just increasing the surface area. So more amount of particles are reacting with hydrochloric acid, they are in contact, so it will increase the rate of reaction. So just 55 seconds only takes in the second experiment to finish the reaction. So increasing the surface area increase the rate of reaction. So another one we have, that is concentration. So for example, we have a 10 cm cube, that is 10 ml of sodium thiosulfate plus 40 ml of water, and you can check it here. As we are moving down in a table, we are just increasing the amount of sodium thiosulfate, 10 ml, 20 ml, 30, 40, 50, and water we are just decreasing. So in the first one it is very diluted solution because water is more while sodium thiosulfate is less. But at the end, the last one, we have a 50 ml of sodium thiosulfate and there is a no water. So the last one is highly concentrated one. So this is the sodium thiosulfate and water plus hydrochloric acid. So reaction between thiosulfate and hydrochloric acid, and there will be that cross will get disappear. This, when the product will form, that cross will get disappear. So we have to note down how much time particular each experiment is taking for cross to disappear. We have to note down that time. For example, when we are using 10 ml of sodium thiosulfate and 40 ml of water, that time 98 seconds. So within the 98 second product forms. So once the product form, that cross will get disappear. And in the last one we have a 50 ml of sodium thiosulfate and 0 ml of water. So that time only just it takes 8 seconds to disappear. So it proves that whenever we have a highly concentrated solution, highly concentrated reactant, so it will take less time, and it means that the rate of reaction is getting faster. You can check here, same thing again. So 40 cm cube of thiosulfate, 10 ml of water, and then hydrochloric acid. So temperature of reaction mixture is 40, 50. So now in the third, this is the third factor, that is temperature. So here also we are doing same thing, but what we are doing, we are changing the temperature. So in the first experiment we have a 40 degrees Celsius, in the second one 50, 60, 70 and 80. So when we have at the high temperature like 80 degrees Celsius, so again it is just finishing in 7 seconds. You can check it here at the end. Average reaction time, that is 7. Please observe this average reaction time. So when we have only just 40 degrees Celsius, so average reaction time is just 25 seconds. So it means that it is higher, it takes more time. When it is at high temperature, it takes just less time. Again same thing, that cross is getting disappear. So it means that whenever we have a highly temperature or the reaction at high temperature, so rate of reaction is going to increase. Yeah, so as temperature increases, time taken for cross to disappear. So there is just a cross, it is a manual cross. We make it below just a conical flask on tiles or asbestos sheet, so that whenever that product forms, that cross will get disappear. Yeah, and the fourth factor, we have a catalyst. So this is a decomposition of hydrogen peroxide, that is H2O2, forming water and oxygen. So the rate of reaction is measured by how long it takes for the gas to be produced. So let us see here. So for example, better catalyst will give you quicker reaction as shown by the steeper graph. So whenever you use the catalyst, that is manganese oxide, so reaction will be faster. it will take less time. So for example, that steeper graph, that blue one, is showing that whenever you use the catalyst, steeper graph, it shows that rate of reaction is high. So catalyst manganese oxide increases the rate of decomposition, that is breaking down of hydrogen peroxide. Yeah.